Hello everyone. Welcome to Nanuya channel. And today, we're talking about something that has inspired poetry, music, and even neuroscience research: love. Have you ever wondered why love feels so powerful? Why it can make you feel invincible, euphoric, or even a little obsessed? Well, science has some answers. Love doesn't just change your heart, it changes your brain. Let's dive in. Love and the brain's chemistry. Love isn't just an abstract feeling, it's a full-on biochemical experience. When you fall in love, your brain releases a cocktail of chemicals that create intense emotions. First, there's dopamine, the pleasure and reward chemical. When you see or think about someone you love, your brain lights up with dopamine, making you feel euphoric, excited, and even addicted to that person. It's the same chemical linked to cravings and motivation, explaining why new love often feels exhilarating and consuming. Dopamine also plays a role in reinforcing behaviors, which is why love can feel so addictive. Without getting too technical, when you are in love with someone, your brain gets pumped with dopamine. Dopamine is a natural stimulant that is produced in the VTA, or ventral tegmental area. Once produced in the VTA, the dopamine gets pumped to other parts of the brain and creates the blissful feeling of euphoria and love. The best part about this is that not only do you feel love when you are with the person you are in love with, but you also feel love when you are just thinking of them, smell something of theirs, or read a text message from them. You can think of love as an intense obsession, but it's really an addiction. You think about them all the time. You become sexually possessive. You get butterflies in the stomach. You can read their emails and texts over and over again. Helen Fisher, a biological anthropologist. It has also been found that not only does the ventral tegmental area of our brain get stimulated when we have fallen in love, but the nucleus accumbens also gets a hit. The nucleus accumbens is the part of the brain that favors addiction. It is the same part of the brain that lights up when we feel a rush from gambling, drinking, or stealing. The nucleus accumbens fires off for people that have recently fallen in love, and that is why love can be seen as an addiction, because chemically, we feel the same way as we would with any other addictive activity. Then, how does something so scientific feel like such magic? You can know every single ingredient in a piece of chocolate cake and still sit down and eat the cake and feel that joy. The same with love. There will always be magic to love. Helen Fisher, a biological anthropologist, I suppose, no matter how much we learn or study about the brain on romantic love, there will always be a simplicity to it. Love is such a magical feeling that no matter how much we learn and know about the chemical ongoings in our brain, we still feel just as giddy, just as blissful. That is the beauty of it all. We can know or think we know a lot about love and the romantic brain, but at the end of the day, it will all feel the same, just love. Then there's oxytocin, also known as the love hormone. This one kicks in when you bond, cuddle, or even just hold hands. It strengthens emotional connections and trust, making relationships feel deep and meaningful. Research suggests that oxytocin plays a crucial role in long-term relationships, increasing feelings of attachment and reducing stress levels. Interestingly, higher levels of oxytocin have been linked to greater fidelity and bonding in romantic relationships. And let's not forget serotonin. In the early stages of love, serotonin levels actually drop, which can lead to obsessive thoughts, explaining why you might find yourself constantly thinking about your partner. Interestingly, low serotonin levels are also linked to obsessive-compulsive disorder, reinforcing the idea that love, particularly in its early stages, can be a bit of an obsession. Over time, as relationships mature, serotonin levels stabilize, allowing for a more balanced and secure attachment. Love and the brain structure. But it's not just about chemicals. Love can actually change the structure of your brain. Studies show that long-term love strengthens areas of the brain related to empathy, decision-making, and stress regulation. One fascinating study found that people in long-term loving relationships had increased activity in the ventral pallidum, a part of the brain associated with attachment and deep connection. This suggests that love isn't just a fleeting feeling, it rewires your brain for lasting bonds. Additionally, brain scans of individuals in long-term relationships showed continued activation in regions linked to romantic love, proving that passion can persist beyond the initial honeymoon phase. Additionally, the prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for rational thinking and decision-making, becomes more active in individuals in stable, long-term relationships. This suggests that love doesn't just make us impulsive. Over time, it actually helps us make better relationship decisions and regulate our emotions more effectively. Studies indicate that individuals in committed relationships exhibit greater emotional regulation, which helps them navigate conflicts more constructively. And here's something cool. Love can also help reduce stress. The amygdala, the part of your brain responsible for fear and anxiety, becomes less reactive when you're in a healthy relationship. This means love quite literally makes you feel safer and more secure. In fact, studies have shown that people in loving relationships tend to have lower levels of cortisol, the stress hormone, leading to better overall mental and physical health. Interestingly, holding hands with a loved one during a stressful event has been shown to lower heart rate and blood pressure, further demonstrating the stress-relieving power of love. So, what have we learned? Love is more than just a feeling. It's a powerful, brain-altering experience. It can make you feel ecstatic, strengthen your emotional resilience, and even change the way your brain functions. Whether you're madly in love, healing from heartbreak, or just fascinated by the science behind it all, one thing is clear. Love is one of the most powerful forces in the human experience. Thanks for joining me today on Ninoya Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe, share, and leave a review. Until next time, keep loving. The prefrontal cortex is the part of the brain responsible for rational thinking, decision-making, and impulse control. In the context of love, it helps regulate emotions and allows people in long-term relationships to make better relationship decisions. Over time, love strengthens the prefrontal cortex, making individuals more emotionally stable and better at handling conflicts. The ventral tegmental area, VTA, is a part of the brain located in the midbrain. It plays a crucial role in the brain's reward system, motivation, and emotions. The VTA is responsible for producing dopamine, a neurotransmitter associated with pleasure, reinforcement, and addiction. When you fall in love, the VTA becomes highly active, releasing dopamine, which creates feelings of euphoria and attachment.